Welcome to episode 69 of Drew's Sports Crew here on this 4th of July, a Monday episode here that falls on yet another holiday. Hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July weekend, and hopefully you guys saw some fireworks, and if not, you got tonight still, right? You still have during the day here to celebrate the 4th of July, and I'll be celebrating. I'll be at a Milwaukee Brewers baseball game. I'll be celebrating with the family. And look, let's get right into the episode here. Let's go to the shout-out of the week right away here. Brandon Woodruff is the easy candidate, easy choice for the shout-out of the week. Look, he returns from his IL stint. You know, it was with Raynaud's syndrome and dealing with other injuries. He comes back after it was around a month, right? And he threw 5 dominant innings. He walked none. He struck out 10. His fastball topped out at 99.2 miles per hour. He was overpowering hitters. And look, this is the Brandon Woodruff we'll see for the rest of the year. Look, watch out. Watch out opposing hitters. It was just been a great, great run there for Brandon Woodruff in that outing, and I am looking forward to. Hopefully, he did well. Full disclosure: I'm recording before the Pirates game here on yesterday, Sunday, right? So I currently do not know how he did, but I'm sure he did well. But look, I gotta get into other news too before we go into other segments. You know, the usual stuff, right? YouTube, Drew's Sports Crew, Instagram at Drew Sports Crew as well, and yeah, I mean, we have a fantasy football league for Sleeper if you are interested through Journey to Million, $5, $10, and $20. And we are also selling hats. So keep that in mind if for Journey to Million if you want hats. And then I am selling the Drew's Sports Crew hats. So just, let me know if interested. Let Jared Valesky, let Zach Roush know if you're interested in Journey to Million hats. I can take care of both of them there. I'll get you down for the hat and how many you want, and we'll be running that sale until August 1st is when that sale ends, so keep that in mind. And look, I'm looking forward to selling the merch. It's been in the works, and look, these new hats with the new logos, they look great. I'm really excited. I spent a lot of time getting them together, and I'm really happy with the product that we are selling. So now let's go to the stats of the week. Here's the first one. Look, I got some basketball stuff. We'll have more basketball content here on the podcast, guys. Trust me, right? There's a lot of stuff going on in the offseason. We're just going to go through a full NBA offseason free agency special, kind of like last year. So, first one here, the big news, right? Rudy Gobert gets traded to Minnesota. So, now, the only player from the 2013 NBA draft that is still on the team they made their debut with, you guessed it, Giannis Antetokounmpo. From the Milwaukee Bucks, the lone player left. And as we heard, Rudy Gobert, right, he's heading to Minnesota in the trade. 3 centers in NBA history have signed $200 million contracts or more, of course. The Timberwolves now have 2 of them, Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. I personally am intrigued to see how this works, having 2 centers in Minnesota, right? I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns is a great shooter, but he's not, at least for a center, right? But he's not a shooter where you would want to have him rely, in the mid-range three-pointer. I mean, he's still an elite center back to basket, still down low. I question this move. I thought Rudy Gobert of the Bulls was like a lock. I'm shocked to see this go down. And look, I mean, the Jazz got a nice return. We'll talk about it in a free agency / NBA offseason episode. And I was just shocked to see that move go down. Next stat here. July 1st was Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. And if you don't know what that is, 59-year-old Bobby Bonilla will collect his $1,193,248.20 from the New York Mets on that day. So a few days ago. And he has since July 1st, 2011, and he will continue to collect till July 1st, 2035. So happy belated Bobby Bonilla Day to all the Mets fans out there. Look, this is quite the story, and this is the story that is not really seen in any other sport, not seen a sports story, and if you want to check out, ESPN does a great job covering, how this came about. They have an excellent documentary they've released. Go check it out. It's excellent content. Next one here, it sadly involves the Milwaukee Brewers. I say sadly because it's tough. Jack Sawinski hit 3 home runs on June 19th. Brian Reynolds hit 3 home runs a couple days ago. And then Thursday night, Michael Perez, a backup catcher on the Pittsburgh Pirates, hits 3 home runs for the Pittsburgh Pirates off the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, you heard that right. Michael Perez, a guy who right now is sitting well below league average offensively, hits 3 home runs in a game, and it comes off the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Pirates. They're the first team in MLB history to have 3 different players with a 3 home run game in the same month. Yes, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Baseball is weird sometimes, and that's what makes it so great, right? I mean, who would have predicted at the start of the season that the Pittsburgh Pirates would have 3 different players hit 3 home run games in the same month? Nobody would have, right? And that's what makes it so great, like I said. Next stat here, Kyle Schwarber has hit 47 home runs in 457 career June at-bats as of this stat, and that's 1 in every 9.7 at-bats. That's the best home run ratio in the month of June in MLB history, and that surpasses Babe Ruth. He's hit 28 home runs over the last 2 months of June. Keep that in mind. That is some insane stuff, and I cannot even fathom, right? I mean, Kyle Schwarber in June is just... It's insane. It is insane. Before we go down this day, remember, download Phantasia Sports, the app. There will be links and stuff that will be up on the social media. There will be a Drew's Sports Crew contest on Phantasia Tuesday, July 12th is when that will come out. I am really looking forward to this. It's a private contest with myself and you guys, the listeners, and we're going to be doing it. It's free entry, of course. We're going to have free ones to start, and you can win their native Phant token, which I've talked about in prior episodes. If you have questions, just let me know at Drew Skyberg or at Drew Sports Crew, right? I mean, social medias. I will gladly reach out to you, discuss what's all going on with it, and it's just an excellent opportunity for daily fantasy sports. As we've mentioned, there's no fees. What? If you win a $5 head-to-head contest, guess how much you win? You win $10. You do not win, the $9, right? And they'll take $1. You get all 10. So, just Phantasia is great, and it's the future of fantasy sports, is how I put it when I describe it to people. And just go check it out, Phantasia Sports. There, and there's an app, and I have a link too that I will be sending out. So, let's go down this day, July 4th, 2022. This Monday morning here. Let's go through it. On this day in 1905. Baseball Hall of Fame pitchers Rube Waddle and Cy Young match up in a 20-inning classic. Philadelphia wins 4-2. I would love a time for that game, how long it took, but we do not have that. On this day, 1911, Chicago White Sox pitcher Ed Walsh halts Ty Cobb's 40-game hitting streak as Cobb goes 0 for 4 in a 7-3 win over the Detroit Tigers at Bennett Park. On this day in 1925, A's lefty Grove beats Yankees Herb Pennock 1-0 in 15 innings. On this day in 1939, Red Sox third baseman Jim Tabor hits record-tying 2 grand slams in one MLB game in an 18-12 win over the Phillies. On this day in 1939, Lou Gehrig is first MLB player to have his number, which was number 4, retired on his appreciation day at Yankee Stadium. And he makes that luckiest man speech. Look, talk about iconic. You will see that speech today. I assure you that. That's just a lock for sure. On this day, 1950, Boston Braves slugger Sid Gordon ties MLB season grand slam record with 4 with a bases loaded hit versus Phillies, so he hits a grand slam there. Look, a lot of grand slam stuff today. Not sure why. On this day in 1960, Yankees outfielder Mickey Mantle hits his 3-run homer versus Washington. Is the 18th player to hit 300 home runs. On this day in 1980, Nolan Ryan of the Houston Astros fans Reds Cesar Geronimo to become 4th pitcher to 3,000 MLB strikeouts. On this day in 1984. The final one here, New York Yankees pitcher Phil Niekro. He strikes out Larry Parrish of the Texas Rangers to become the 9th player to reach the 3,000 MLB strikeout milestone. And that wraps up on this day. Let's go to the Brewers season prediction challenge, and let's go through a little recap of this past week, right? I'm not sure how the week all ends up, as we have game number 6 on Sunday. That, full disclosure, like I said, I'm recording before. Right now, the Brewers, they are 3-2, so we will see kind of how it plays out there. I did, in fact, predict the Brewers going 4-2, so all they have to do is win for me. I think they can do it. And then I get yet another one right. I have been on fire. I believe these last few weeks I've gotten perfect records, so, follow along, please. Make your own record prediction challenges with me. But, going past, we talked about Brandon Woodruff, how he's looked, offense has looked great. Rowdy Tellez heating back up for this Milwaukee Brewers squad. His OPS plus, let me tell you, 126. He leads the Milwaukee Brewers. If you're looking in terms of plate appearances, right, he leads the Milwaukee Brewers in OPS plus with a 126. This lineup is very underrated, all having OPS pluses of 100 or more right now. Other than Tyrone Taylor being the lone exception. So put that in mind, and Jonathan Davis as well. Pedro Severino's the big story. 80 games have come and gone for the Milwaukee Brewers. He is eligible to return. We'll know if he's returned, but the word around town is Brewers will be operating with 3 catchers, until season end. Victor Caratini, Omar Narvaez, and then Pedro Severino. Pedro Severino is, I'd say, more of a platoon bat. I mean, you signed him because he hits very well against lefties, and that is what he's going to do. But I still think Victor Caratini will get those starts. I don't. This obviously doesn't help his playing time, but I don't think we won't see Victor Caratini. We're going to see catchers used in designated hitter spots potentially, is what this means. Because the goal is to have Keston Hiura start against right-handed pitching out of the DH spot. That's where he's thrived. I mean, that's where he's done very well. We saw him in a home run on Friday. I mean, if you look at it, Keston Hiura's career OPS versus righties is over 100 points higher than his OPS against lefties. It's just an instant lock. You need to start him against right-handed pitching. And Craig Counsell has recently, and look, the results have been there right, at the end of the day. Corbin Burns has looked great again. Control's been a little iffy for him this year, which is, not Corbin Burns standards, right? But no worries there. Aaron Ashby's looked rough his last, couple outings. I know he was hurt, right? He comes back from an injury. Doesn't have the best start in that. But I'm confident Ashby. Look, this stuff looks great. It's just a matter of putting it all together for Ashby. We talked about Woodruff, but look, that's the update really from last week. Offense has looked, a lot better. You win some games in Tampa, and yeah, I mean Brewers, their schedule gets easier right before the All-Star break here, and that's kind of what this team needed. This team needed exactly that, and that's what they got. Right, they got one more game against the Pirates as when I'm recording, right? But looking at next week, 4th of July, like I said, I will be at that game. 3-game series kicks off against the Chicago Cubs. Let's go through it. Kids and Seniors Discount Day on Monday today, right? 3:10 first pitch. Then 7:10 Season Seat Holder Appreciation Day on Tuesday, July 5th. Wednesday, July 6th. Kids and Seniors Discount Day, 1:10 first pitch, a day game there. Thursday, then, you get a nice off day. And we welcome the Pirates into Milwaukee for our 3-game set. Friday, 7:10. Miller Lite Beer Pen is what the promo is. Let's read about that. Ticketed fans who sit in the Miller Lite Beer Pen, well, they get to receive something free is what I'm seeing. So they will get a free Brewers bucket hat, courtesy of Miller Lite, and that's for, again, ticketed fans who sit in the Miller Lite Beer Pen in the left field loge bleachers. So you got to be 21 or over for that. Keep in mind. And then on Saturday, July 9th, Sesame Street Day comes to Milwaukee. Fans who purchase the special theme, they get to receive a limited edition Brewers Elmo bobblehead, if I'm reading this right. That is something. So you can get a Brewers Elmo bobblehead. This bobblehead looks actually pretty cool. So You know, if you are a fan of Sesame Street, this is the perfect bobblehead for you. Sunday, then July 10th. Freddie Peralta bobblehead. Too bad he's injured. You know, but nice to see him. First 35,000 ticketed fans will get this bobblehead. Very nice bobblehead. Look, you know, you could go potentially Saturday and Sunday, get 2 bobbleheads, get 2 games of baseball. Doesn't get any better than that. So, looking at my prediction challenge here. 6 games on the slate. Where will Drew go? 5-1, right? I'm gonna go 5-1 because, look, this schedule gets easier. The Brewers' offense has been hot so far in Pittsburgh. I know that they, at least in the first 3 games I've seen, they are 1-2, but put up 19 runs Friday. Rowdy's swinging a hot bat. Willie's swinging a hot bat. Renfroe could be back, potentially, on this homestand. Right now, he will not be activated. July 3rd, so yesterday he will not be activated, but it sounds like he's trending upwards, and we should have him back. My guess would be at least by Friday, July 8th, that first game against Pittsburgh. I think he'll be in the lineup. But that's all speculation here, and that's the Brewer Prediction Challenge. So I want to keep this episode brief. Look, it's 4th of July. I want people to go out and enjoy your day, right? You know, go enjoy your Independence Day. Go check out some fireworks, and just go spend time with family, right? Spend time with the people you love and appreciate. So remember, social media, Drew Sports Crew, Instagram and Twitter. That's where you'll find me. And then Facebook, Drew's Sports Crew, and that's the YouTube as well. So that'll wrap it up here. Drew Skyberg signing off. So thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Drew's Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.